Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I'm your host, İlham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. The 7th ministerial meeting of the Southern Gas Corridor Advisory Council was held in the format of a video conference. President İlham addressed the meeting. As part of the Year of Women declared by ISESCO, an event on the occasion of the International Day of Women and Girls in Science was held in a video format. First Vice President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mehriban Aliyeva, addressed the meeting. On February 11th, the 7th ministerial meeting of the Southern Gas Corridor Advisory Council was held in the format of a video conference. President İlham Aliyev addressed the meeting. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Aliyev, delivered a speech at the meeting of the Southern Gas Corridor Advisory Council. European Union Commissioner for Energy, Kadri Simpson, EU Commissioner for Neighbourhood Policy and Enlargement Negotiations, Oliver Varheli, and Azerbaijan's Minister of Energy, Pervez Shahbazov, made opening remarks at the meeting. Following the submission of a report by the consortium members on the completion of the Southern Gas Corridor, the ministers and heads of delegations made speeches. The meeting was attended by ministers and other high-level representatives from 18 countries, including Azerbaijan. The event also brought together heads of 5 leading international financial institutions and 18 major companies engaged in the project. President İlham Aliyev received Minister for European Neighbourhood and the Americas at the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, Wendy Morton.
Welcoming the Minister for European Neighbourhood and the Americas at the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, Wendy Morton, President İlham Aliyev expressed his confidence that this visit will be very successful with very good results. It once again demonstrates strong partnership relationship between our countries and of course our future plans to continue our cooperation. We have very good political contacts, very active political dialogue, and your visit to Azerbaijan once again demonstrates that. Of course, energy cooperation is a very important part of our partnership, and we are very happy to complete the major project, the Southern Gas Corridor, stated the head of state. Saying that BP, the company which participated from the very beginning in the major projects in Azerbaijan as an investor, is a strategic partner of Azerbaijan, the president added that after the prolongation of the contract of the century, the cooperation with this company will continue for many more decades. Of course, with the new gas development in Azerbaijan and an infrastructure which has been completed last December, we have new opportunities now. We hope that there will be more discoveries from BP-operated fields. We have good prospects for that, stated the president, and added that this was a very important part of bilateral cooperation. Stressing that unique format of cooperation between the countries in the region and the European Union was established, and this was strongly supported by the governments of the United Kingdom and the United States, the head of state underlined that during the 7th meeting of the Advisory Council of the Southern Gas Corridor, the achievements will be reviewed and the parties will be looking forward for future cooperation. Emphasizing that investments from UK to Azerbaijan helped a lot to modernize the country, and these investments were mainly in energy sector. Almost $30 billion, the head of state said it allowed them to use properly their revenues from oil and gas sales to diversify the economy. Therefore, I am sure that for the coming years, our major area of concentration will be non-energy sector development of Azerbaijan. I looked at some of information before our meeting, so that almost 600 British companies registered in Azerbaijan, and this is a really good sign of diversification of our economic partnership. In the liberated territories, we have great potential for reconstruction, and we already started our contacts with British companies. One of them is involved in the city planning in the development of infrastructure on the liberated territories. And I hope there will be more, because a lot of things has to be done there. Everything is destroyed, said the president. Touching on the big potential in renewable energy and stressing that there is interest from British companies to work on these issues, the head of state said there was a big potential of solar, wind, hydro energy. We are already planning our future in the liberated territories, and I already declare these territories as a green zone territory. So we will use the power of wind, sun and water in order to supply the needs of the people. We already became an exporter of electric energy, therefore potential for that is really very high. And also many other areas of cooperation between our countries have great importance. Once again, welcome to our country, said President İlham Aliyev. Minister for European Neighbourhood and the Americas at the UK Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, Wendy Moulton, thanked the President and added that besides the point which had been made about the bilateral relationship, there were so many areas where both parties work together. The sides exchanged views on the post-war situation, application of the green energy concept in the liberated territories, development of civil society, gender equality, and cooperation in the field of energy, including in renewable energy.
On February 8th, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham Aliyev, attended the opening of a new complex of administrative building of the Prosecutor General's Office of the Republic of Azerbaijan in the territory of Binegadi district of Baku. President İlham Aliyev took part in the inauguration of new premises of the Prosecutor General's Office. Prosecutor General Kamran Aliyev informed the head of state about the conditions established. All rooms in the complex are supplied with state-of-the-art information and communication facilities. The building houses the historical memorial gallery dedicated to the 44-day patriotic war. With the view to ensure prompt response of the prosecution bodies to the issues unfolding in the society and assurance of transparency in the activities, the new structure of the General Prosecutor's Office was approved with the executive order signed by the head of state last year, and the new departments kicked off the activities. The new administrative building will play an important role in terms of ensuring more efficient and productive activities of these departments. 6 departments of the General Prosecutor's Office will operate in this building made of 4 blocks. The modern conditions created will contribute to ensuring more efficient and productive activities of Prosecutor General Office employees. President İlham Aliyev was also informed about vehicles featuring mobile criminal labs. Such vehicles, supplied with state-of-the-art equipment, are only available in Azerbaijan in the CIS space. On February 11th, as part of the Year Women declared by ISESCO, an event on the occasion of the International Day of Women and Girls in Science was held in a video format. First Vice President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mehriban Aliyeva, addressed the meeting.
Welcoming the participants, Director General of ISESCO, Salim Al-Malik, stressed the importance of the role of science in the future of the younger generation, noting that events on women's participation in science will be held as part of the Year of Women declared by ISESCO. Noting that prominent people will speak at the event, Salim Al-Malik first presented a video address by First Vice President of Azerbaijan, Mehriban Aliyeva. Expressing satisfaction with the participation in the event, Mehriban Aliyeva said she appreciated the invitation as a manifestation of the high appreciation of the policy pursued in Azerbaijan for the development of women's participation in education and science. Speaking about the mission of the organization to protect the Islamic cultural heritage and to promote education and science in the Muslim world, as well as productive cooperation between Azerbaijan and ISESCO, the First Vice President praised the Director General for the attention given to the topic under the discussion in line with the United Nations General Assembly resolution that declared the 11th of February as the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. Mehriban Aliyeva spoke about the role of science, technology and innovation in addressing global challenges and the importance of science and gender equality in achieving international development goals, including the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Mehriban Aliyeva said that the proclamation of 2021 as the Year of Women is not only the manifestation of the importance attached by the organization to the role of women in our societies, but also the recognition of their unique contribution to a better and safer world. The First Vice President emphasized the need to pay tribute to all those women who today are at the front line of confronting the COVID-19 pandemic as doctors, medical scientists and healthcare workers, and that we can be proud of the critical role played by women researchers in different stages of the fight against COVID-19, from developing techniques for testing to creating vaccines against the virus. Mehriban Aliyeva highlighted the drilling of the world's first industrial oil well, opening the first opera in the Orient, or more importantly, establishing the first democratic republic in the Muslim world more than 1 century ago. Azerbaijan has also entered history as one of the first nations in the world to provide women with the right to vote and to be elected back in 1918. As to girls' education, the first secular school for girls in the Muslims was opened by Azerbaijani philanthropist Zeynalabdin Taghiyev in Baku back in 1901. The first vice president said that globally girls make up only 35% of all students who study in science, technology, engineering and mathematics subjects, and in Azerbaijan this number is 40% higher than the world's average. Mihriban Aliyeva noted that mentorship program Women in STEAM recently launched by Azerbaijan together with the UN Development Program that links young female professionals and students with STEM role models so that they receive the advice they need to address the challenges facing their education and careers. Saying that science, technology and innovation are important drivers of socio-economic development of the societies around the world, Mihriban Aliyeva, as ICSK Goodwill Ambassador, called on all member states to invest more in these sectors, develop necessary policies and joint action plans, and underscored the need to design innovative financing mechanism to equip women and girls with the necessary skills for tomorrow's labor market. Azerbaijan is ready to provide its contribution in this regard. First Vice President of Azerbaijan, Mihriban Aliyeva, expressed her deep gratitude to the ICSK, personally to Director General Dr. Salim Al-Malik for the valuable support during last year's 44-day patriotic war, as a result of which Azerbaijan liberated its occupied territories after almost 30 years of occupation by Armenia and thus restored historical justice. Saying that 1 month ago, at the invitation of President of Azerbaijan, a delegation of ICSK led by the Director General visited Azerbaijan and had a chance to visit some of our liberated lands and witness with their own eyes the scope of destruction and vandalism, including tens of desecrated mosques and hundreds of destroyed historical monuments. Mihriban Aliyeva stressed that now the government faces a huge task to bring life back to the liberated territories and to ensure the return of Azerbaijani internally displaced persons to their native lands, to restore destroyed cities and villages, to build schools therein, to restore the cultural heritage and not only of Islamic origin but of all religions as a whole. Mihriban Aliyeva highly appreciated ICSK's readiness to work with the government of Azerbaijan, assessing the damage to Azerbaijan's cultural heritage sites destroyed during occupation. The first Vice President asked to accept the special gratitude for considering the opening of ICSK regional office in Azerbaijan, which among other fields could strengthen our cooperation in the field of science with a specific focus to increase the role of women and girls in science. In conclusion, Mihriban Aliyeva wishes ICSK every success in its noble and important work, and to all the participants and their families good health, happiness and best of luck. Director General of ICSK Salim Al-Malik thanked Mihriban Aliyeva for her inspiring speech addressed to ICSK and scientists and assured that the organization would support all member states in the field of science, education and culture. Speakers at the event stressed the importance of closing the existing gap in education at the global level, ensuring gender equality in this area. They said that it is important to ensure that young girls are engaged in science and that women build their careers in science. It was stressed that in order to solve problems of the humanity, women should be more involved in science and provided with inclusive and quality education.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.